Old Bloke Goes Skiing. Well, with all this winter weather, it's hard to forget that skiing is one of my favourite things to do. It all started eons ago, when I was just 14, when a school trip to Oberperfuss in Austria was suddenly in the offing. Of course, being skint, my mum and dad could never have afforded to let me go. But, being the resourceful wee pest that I was, and probably still am, my paper round paid for the whole thing. Hard, clumpy boots, ski sticks, and those cumbersome skis were all newfangled things to deal with, never mind standing up in the snow and ice as you hurtled down a slope towards trees and rocks and stuff. But all the peer pressure and that continuous practice eventually paid off. I remember a few standout moments from that adventure. I told a girl she was beautiful. I drank my first litre of beer. And I dabbled in currency profiteering. You know, when you buy rubles or something, and then wait till they go up in price and then change them back into pounds. I don't know how the heck that worked. We must really have pissed off the local post office. And I think we must have lost money. Never mind. My next ski trip was 10 years on. I'd just recently separated from wife number one and was off on a boys' only adventure. A flight to Geneva for 60 quid return and no idea where after that. Brilliant. We blagged our way onto a Falcon tour bus for another 14 quid and were dumped in Val d'Isère in the French Alps. I remember the Falcon bit because being the immature numpties that we were, we peppered our trip with the phrase, "Where's the Falcon rep?" It was 6 a.m. and minus 26 degrees. But we just laughed at our predicament, emptied our cases, putting on every ounce of clothes we had, and then broke into a hotel games room where we kept under a pool table until tossed out into the slushy street around 9 a.m. We found a room for 3 and bought our ski passes, and that was it. The guys on that trip were way better skiers than me, and they had me go down these black-rated mogul runs on the first day. Terrifying, but an adrenaline rush like no other. Some of my falls were truly spectacular. Skis off under the powder snow, had no idea where they were, somersaulting into trees. Long before I was an old bloke, you see. And did we party? No, really. We were knackered. By 8 o'clock at night, we were absolutely shattered and collapsed like heaps in our beds. We did spot a celeb on the slopes right enough. Recently, it's from the film Out of Africa, Bob Redford, no less, was skiing down beside us. We called him Bob, and they soon became a regular sight with his bodyguard. We'd often shout across at him, "Hi Bob, how's it going?" He just looked stunned. No idea what we were saying, probably. I'm sure it really impressed him. Anyway, trips to the snow after that became more frequent, maybe once a year or so. And I even managed to go with my work a few times, I don't know how we wangled that, to Sol in Austria and to Whistler in Vancouver. I think I said it'd be a great idea, a morale boost if we got a certain target or something like that, and somebody fell for it somewhere. On expenses, I hear you ask, well, I don't think so. Can't remember, but I doubt it. Each time, I got a little better skiing though, and soon did that wee parallel skiing thing that used to impress me so much when I seen other people doing it. Then my kids came along, and it was it for a while. It was cheaper to go in a villa than kit out 4 kids to go skiing, I'll tell you that. I did take my youngest, Ruth, to the outdoor thingy at Braehead once, and she did get up and down pretty well, although I remember getting a row for not having her wearing a helmet. Ah well. I don't exactly remember wearing a helmet when I was hurtling down a black run, a sheer drop in blooming Switzerland when I was away with the boys, but different days. After that, there was a big gap from the skiing again, until I took my better half to Switzerland for her birthday about a year ago. It was then that I strapped on those torture boots again. Would it be like riding a bike, I wondered? Or would I crumple in a mass of slush, ice and broken bones? Well, it did come back, and I was soon whizzing down again. Whizzing down a big Alp. "You going to come back in the lift?" says my better half. "Nah, I'll ski down the mountain," I say, full of bravado and schnapps. "You sure?" she inquires. "I mean, it's about 5 mile away. To the bottom, that is." "Aye, nae bother. See you later, alligator." And I'm off. tearing a swathe through the ice and snow like some Doonhill's champ. And all's going well, until the snow becomes even more icy the lower I go, and people are suddenly falling badly. And I soon see that big red rescue helicopter ahead, hovering down beside some unfortunate. Geez, what am I doing? The slope's getting steeper as well. Then I go through an ice tunnel and emerge in a big empty field. A big steep empty field, I might add. And I just have to get doing it. The thought of walking back up the mountain with my kit is just an impossibility. Slush and grass are soon visible ahead, and I have to pick my way down through it all, because if you hit a bit of grass, you're up in your nelly, or a broken leg for sure. Soon, I spot a cabin in the distance, and at last I'm down. But not even close to where I need to be. Somehow, I've managed to ski down the wrong chuffing mountain, and I've ended up a mile from the road and 2 miles from my resort. Oh no, I struggle through forests, and eventually hobble my way along a busy highway with my kit. And I can't help thinking my better half, probably having a damn good laugh. And there, an hour and a half later, she blows. My better half, sitting like the Bond girl she is, with her posh furry boots and sunglasses on, drinking a cocktail in the sun. "Where did you get to?" she asks. "Oh, I went down a different way. It was nae bother." "Nae bother my ass. Look, you look like a big soggy lump of sweat." "Thanks," I pant, trying to pull my boots off, nearly toppling onto the road. "Ha ha," she laughs. "You came down the wrong way, didn't you?" "Don't be daft," I lie. "Don't be daft. It was wonderful. You want to see all the things I've seen. Amazing." "Aye, looks like it, you numpty," she says. "You're soaked through. Looks like you've just been dragged through a forest backwards." And she's pretty close to the mark, so I can let it slip there. And, order a ginormous beer. Ah well, maybe I'm too old for this skiing malarkey. I'll need to stick to something less stressful, like shark wrestling or hand gliding. Ah well, funnily enough, there is one phrase that's become standard saying in our family, and it stems from that first ever boys away trip in Val d'Isère. Unlike me, I know, but all three of us on one occasion got very, very drunk one night. I blame the altitude. Anyway, we lost our room key. Couldn't find it anywhere. We couldn't even speak properly. And when we tried to ask for our key at reception, it came out something like, "room key." And the more we tried to say it, the more we went into hysterics and made matters worse. "Room key." We couldn't barely stand up, and I'm pretty sure we all peed our pants that night. Ah well, great days, Willie and Derek. So, a room key kind of stuck, and it's used this day when I lose a set of keys, which is probably several times a day. So, until next time, au revoir and all that. Oh, should it be break a leg? Oh no, I think that's an actor thing. So remember, that old book of mine, called Old Bloke Goes Running, is still kicking about. And if anybody has been listening, thank you very much. And I guess, until next time, it's ciao for now.